Imagine you and your friend just left a party on Saturday night. Both of you had alcohol at the party. You jump behind the wheel of your car and drive down Barstown Road. You swerve and run off the road into a ditch, going well over the speed limit. Your passenger, who had no seatbelt, hits the windshield and flies out of the car. You were also not wearing your seatbelt and end up in your back seat, bloody and shaking. Someone calls 911 and medics find your friend 20 yards away, lying dead, all because you decided to drink and drive. This is a true story. This happened to my cousin Heather, who was only 18. She was arrested and sentenced for 5 years for drunk driving, but was released after 2.5 months. Her parents, Chuck and Charlotte, said that it changed everything. It changed her whole life. And they called her boyfriend's death a real tragedy, and it hurt her and hurt the family. This case of drunk driving impacted 2 families and caused a huge amount of pain and guilt. Drunk driving occurs all over the world and rips apart loved ones. Drunk driving can be a life or death decision and only takes one time. So first, drunk driving is called drinking under the influence, or DUI, and it is a crime in every state. Driving under the influence is also known as intoxicated driving and impaired driving. And it's when you get behind the wheel of a car or any type of machinery. According to MAD.org, and that is a site founded by mothers whose daughters were killed in a drunk driving accident. It's the nation's largest nonprofit working to protect families from drunk driving and underage drinking. And according to that site, it said Americans take 233 billion trips in cars each year. And of course, about 1 out of every 2,000 trips are taken by those who are driving drunk. Yet almost 1 out of every 3 traffic deaths involve drunk driving. And drunk driving is a major contributor to car crashes along with texting and driving. And the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration released that there were 33,000 traffic accidents and deaths in 2012. Next, drunk driving is illegal and police are watching out every day. The state police in the state of Kentucky, they prohibit drunk driving, and the blood alcohol level is 0.08. And a lot of drunk drivers are usually between the ages of 18 and 30 because they go out to parties and in college and stuff like that. And they do get arrested if you're caught for drunk driving. But some of the laws are kind of weird. Like if you're drunk driving and you hit somebody, you could be in jail for a day. Or if you kill somebody, you could be there for up to 5 years or more. Just depending on the situation, which I think those laws should be stricter. But the police are out to stop drunk drivers, but they can be affected by drunk drivers too. A Louisville police detective stopped to ask a man for directions to a restaurant when both of them were struck and killed in Lexington. Both men died, and the drunk driver was arrested and charged with 2 degrees manslaughter and 1 count of drunk driving. And drunk driving can affect even the happiest days. Like this one's like of a prom or a wedding. And then here's the slogans our state uses for drunk drivers. And this picture kind of hit home to me because I feel like that's kind of the image in my mind. I was only in 5th grade when my cousin was in her drunk driving accident. And I feel like that was kind of her on the side of Barstown Road, you know. But it can kill people, and a lot of people don't take it serious enough. So finally, drunk driving can kill, and it's not worth it. There are other ways to get a ride home from a party, like an Uber, taxi, call a sober friend, family member, or trusted adult. Even 1 drink can impair you and cause major damage. It can split up families, and it's a life or death decision. Thank you. Any questions?
Why did your cousin, why'd she get out so early?
For shock probation, she was put into rehab and stuff, and it was only her first time getting in trouble with the law, so it was kind of a shock to her. She just graduated from Bull Central. She was a honor student there. She was a cheerleader. She was going to U of L at the time, and went out to a party with her boyfriend, and we're coming here to my watch and go back to her parents' house, and swerved off the road. And
Did they hit another car or did they just swerve off the road?
No, they just swerved off the road in front of the Burger King, going towards into Mount Washington. He swerved off the road and crashed there at the intersection.
Who do you think more frequently drunk drives, like teenagers or adults?
Adults, a lot of adults do because a lot of them are alcoholics, but teenagers, you see a lot more teenagers get in drunk driving accidents just because they're out partying, or especially college students, which a lot of them underage drink too. Like she was only 18, and that was another reason I was surprised, because usually she's not like a party type of person, but a lot of teenagers do.